So Kim Novak is part of possibly the manager to the Kim K. Kim Novak is Finnish, like from Finland. Who's who are they are pushing FACT and Illuminati and their own actors. So this is like one of the big culprits. And Finland is one of those countries that also has a mega disposal site. Like we have one across the street. This is new. They snuck into Hanna and they were posing as Chinese and they snuck into Hanna and put a disposal site across the street because they're still trying to control. See, and I think they utilize every queen and king's mega money for their own actress, which is Saint Olive, because they're trying to make it Indian. When Saint Olive is really Armenian with black hair, black eyes, and Hanna, Prophet Hanna, is Turkish with blonde hair, green eyes. So what they did, I think, is there's three mega points. There's like the noble in Turkey that they may have injured or killed, and which set off the Indians against Hanna. There's the Vatican, and they may have been replaced. So, and then there's the soldiers in Canada, in the United States. So you remember the story where the Indians may have come from the west, and these guys, the Europeans, came from the east, and the Greeks came from the south, and it made a disaster in Canada, an absolute disaster in Canada. Then all three pulled together and went to the eastern corridor, which Prophet Hanna witnessed as the War of U River. This is a true story. The reason why they're trying to regulate is because they got mad that the soldiers didn't notify them as the fluffy kings and queens of Europe. But it's just one of those stories that it wasn't meant to be malicious. It just zoomed by so quick because it's going back and forth with the devil. Nobody's thinking about the kings and queens of Luxembourg. But Finland's disposal site is mega big. The house across the street is mega big. We don't want to live like that. We want to, naturally feed animals if we need to. But the ruthlessness of Norway, Scandinavia, because they were doing crusade now. They didn't realize because they didn't have the story, it's actually 10,000 years before Christ. You see, when you jump ahead, this is what happens. And as they were pushing the Indians, the Jack the Rippers that they released or somebody released was following them. So there's a lot of people that have died. Now, this is an actor, but this woman is lethal as hell. And I don't know why they're so up in, like their panties are on fire right now because they need the rest of the journals. So at one particular story after the War of U River, they narrowed media groups 1 and 2. Media groups 1 and 2 died. We don't know how. And everybody's fighting because the Indians are upset, but they have to respect their decision for possibly getting killed their pa, which happens to be Turkish. I think. Because it's not a normal Turk. It's part of a historical thing between Britain and England. Like his heritage, right? China's mad because China doesn't know the accurate story. So China's mad for not being able to, why I don't follow these people. You think I want to follow someone that maintains a disposal site like that? And do all kinds of testings, and I'm writing a book on Evolve? Yeah, because then you'll be one of the team. You can't be a wolf and not like our disposal sites. I love the disposal sites, but after the person has died, you don't murder. But that's how we maintain our position, Hanna. So all the revenue from the United States with the War of U River and all the revenue from Canada and all the revenue from Hanna's money, inheritance from the noble, and every dime from her grandparents and every dime from here. And I am the globe's biggest figure. You have to understand that. Between their defamation and all of that, they opened a human disposal site across the street. They want me to move in, stole everything, and they're posing with gloves on. And we have fought Illumination to a degree for years. How many people has YouTubers officially injured? If we did a survey, it would be from here to Mexico. Hundreds of thousands. Just like for comedy, all of a sudden, oh, this person just died. He was like, had a large following. We have had thousands. Now, they're on the fence with me because they don't want to look stupid without, like, because when you write documentation and legal documentation and it was registered with legal deposit, when you do documentation, everything matches with Hanna. Even her paintings, everything matches. It's a stroke of the hand or the stroke of the written. It just matches the structures. But, you know, it's been hell. So as they take everything now, Hanna's left with, in 16 years of writing, $2 and a disposal site. Complete disrespect to Canada. And that's because there was an instigator in the story who pitted people against each other. And we think it's Kim K's body double who did that. So that is where the story is. And, you know, it's been nothing but hell. So we're going to put this on YouTube. And, you know, we want a better world. Like, we want to feed animals our dead. It's the biggest accomplishment I did for humans. You know, take the dead as gifts to the devil. It's the biggest accomplishment. We don't want to bury that stuff anymore. They could make a 90-year-old grandma look like Megan Fox. And she's brain dead. Naturally done. It's a gift for you, devil. Just leave the living alone. Another entry.